That way, we're good.
I'm sorry, do you have power? Timer mode. Try now. First time presenting in a while.
Guys, I'm gonna leave it up to Timmy Cukin. He's the head of our marketing department. We also do Google marketing for people. We could do, what's it called, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it's called. He'll talk to you guys about it.
All digital marketing.
Yep, all the stuff I handed out is basically it's every slide. So if you want to follow along with that, or you want to refer later, you can do that. And then if anybody has questions for me after, we can do that outside the room, because I believe we need this room to do the next class. All right, so he's up, because I have nothing to add except.
Promise I won't throw this out. It's pictures, mostly not text, so I understand. Nobody wants to be lectured, but. So yes, thank you for the intro, Mark. I'm the marketing manager at MJ Lenders, and we love digital marketing. We have a team of about 5 people. Everybody specializes in their own niche, whether it's video, audio, Instagram. I do Facebook and a little bit of everything. So, and I also help all the loan officers. I manage 100 loan officer Facebook accounts, the corporate account, and I'm responsible. We spend about 12 to 14,000 a month in marketing for the corporate, and from there I was able to learn a lot. Learn what not to do, but then what to do. So again, those are just some of the tasks that I'm involved with. I'm not gonna go on to that. So what we're gonna cover today is mostly Facebook, because I hear a lot, oh, is Facebook still relevant? It absolutely is. Everybody is on Facebook, whether they admit it or not. And Facebook owns Instagram. So you have 2 platforms under one. And I meet with people all the time, and they don't understand that they can connect their Instagram to Facebook. And then they can cross post. For a while, it was only so you can post to Instagram, and then they would post to your Facebook page. Now they're working on doing it the other way. So but if you do ads, all you do is click a button, now your ad shows up on both Facebook and Instagram. Okay, Facebook. So this is, I didn't get a chance to print this out. This was from 2019. I didn't find the new one. So Real Estate Trends and Insights Report. This is a PDF that you can download, and it gives all the trends in real estate on social media. There's so many tips in here. It's about a 20-25 page PDF. So if you literally type in that and look for it, you should find it. And then there's all kinds of stats, because Facebook is just full of data. So why wouldn't you want to know what people are doing on Facebook? So that's just an extra for you to look at on, when you have some extra time. Okay, so fan page is business page. Facebook used to call it a fan page, and that's what I know it as. So people go, what's a fan page? It's a business page. The reason why Facebook made business pages is because they want to keep social and business separate, but also collaborated. I've seen a lot of people who use their Facebook page to market, and then I see it get shut down. Like, I've been in Facebook jail like 20 times. It's the worst. And you can't call nobody. So I'm on there. The chat, people get so annoyed with me, they finally answer. So just keep in mind, post to your business page, share to your personal, and you'll always stay out of that. And then Mark's got an interesting story on how that works for him with a job, with the client.
Yeah, so quickly to that.
Yeah, this is great.
So just recently, last week, somebody I went to high school with 35 years ago, who I haven't spoken to in 35 years, was speaking to another classmate who I haven't seen in 35 years, but they're both my friends on Facebook. And the guy wanted to refinance. And the other guy said, call Kaz up, he can help you refinance it. Because he saw all my stuff on Facebook talking about mortgages and all. So my buddy, what's it called, instant message me, what's it called?
Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger. He did that. Of course, I don't look at it all the time on my phone, but I clicked on it and I said, call my cell, and needless to say, it turned into a transaction. So even if you're not marketing your client today, be their friend on social media, because they see what you're doing, even though they may not be replying, and you do benefit from it. And that was last week that happened to me. So it's a great way to pick up clients, and I think it's free, right?
Yeah, I always get people, well, I have no followers on my business page. Don't get worried about that. Don't worry about that number. That means nothing. So if you share it to your personal, Facebook's fine with it, and also post differently than it would be if you posted it to your personal page. Because then people say, hey, Mark has a loan officer, and people use people based on who they know and referrals. It's just the nature of humans. If they know somebody they're always gonna refer them. So if you post to your business page and share it to your personal, then that whole audience of your page and then family members tag it and share it, and then it just spider webs out to all organic reach.
And I'm sorry, I want to just interject.
Sure.
In the past year, I've gotten 3 referrals through Facebook, and they're all friends, you know, someone that I know.
Right.
Who knows someone that's looking to buy a home or sell a home.
That's
So
awesome.
It does work.
Yep, I had an agent that I did some Facebook ads for, and she did that, and she posted to her personal page, and the lady down the street ended up seeing it because I ran it as an ad in her area. She decided to call her and list the home with her. She sold the house at $850,000 listing.
So
Just, yeah,
So you said something, you ran it as an ad,
yeah,
you boosted it,
yep.
what does that mean?
When you run it as an ad, you're paid to put it out to an audience. Now you pay a lot's changed, but basically the difference between posting and paid advertising is you're paying to show your ad in an area and other interest-based targeting and so on. You used to be able to target based on how many kids you had, what your credit score was, how much you made, but ever since Facebook got sued like 2 years ago, really bad, they stopped using all third-party data. So now it's only data they collect, and everyone's like, oh, it doesn't work anymore because the algorithms. To me, that was like a fresh slate of everyone to figure out how to do it good again, you know? So it was, I looked at it as a benefit. Excuse me. So right here are 2 business pages. Here's our corporate page. Here was an agent that I worked with sometime last year. So this is under the About section. And it always amazes me when I go to someone's page, all the information will be missing. Wrong phone numbers, wrong links, old emails. You know, you can put an about me, addresses. It seems so like, wow, it's not all the time. People just don't know to update their information. And the way people are today, if they click once and hit a dead end, they're moving on. They're not going to keep searching most of the time unless they're actually looking for you. So you always want your information to bring people to where you want them. And that'll lead into the website once I get to that. So the point of this, just, you know, when you have a business page, you have access to all these other options. Reviews, unbelievable. You know, you can get reviews, like you can't get that on a personal page. Excuse me. So custom banners. So when I think of a real estate agent, I think of the stake in the ground on the lawn. What if I never pass that lawn? I don't know you. This is Facebook's way of think of that as the stake in the lawn, your banner. When you have a business page, your banner is like your billboard. So I see over and over again, people put a picture in and it's not formatted, it's blurry, it's stretched, people's faces look like, and it's like, you know, do you see this? Because I do. But again, it's just, this is where we have a graphic designer, and when he shot this over to us, I was like blown away. Having a graphic designer is awesome. So that's our corporate one. And now look at the loan officer one. If you put this next to someone that just says, oh, I'm a loan officer, you know, look at the difference. Mark's face is there, his info's there. This is not clickable. We make it look like it is. So if they click on it, all it's going to do is expand it, but then you can kind of put your website in the description. It's like a little trick. But again, this is your billboard. So if I showed you a company that had a really rough one and then you had marks next to it, you would understand. And then again, always equal house lender and MLS. Always has to be on everything with us. Another agent, Philip Sue, he had a really rough one. And I forgot, he was actually kind of insulted when I told him that. And I was like, no, it's good. So I sent him this one. And
Jimmy,
yep.
and you go through that a couple more. So guys, these are examples of some of the banners that we have done at NJ Lenders for realtors.
Yep.
So we, like Timmy mentioned earlier, we have somebody that works for us that can create that for you for free. So you give him an idea of what you're looking for. You may copy off of somebody. I'm a football coach, so we're always stealing plays from another team. Why invent the play? Just the play works, we're gonna take it. So my point is, if you saw an idea that you like, you give your photo, your PDF or JPEG.
Yeah.
I know a little bit. What information you want on there, and then they can design it for you, and then you can kind of go back and forth with them. But start them with something because they're not mind readers what you're looking for. So give them an idea what you're looking for. But it's free to you if you want to do that. We make an appointment, they throw it together for you, and we can help you design those ads.
And the other part of that is you have to have the vision for this. I could never put this out. Like our graphic designer, 99 out of 10 times will just make something so you have somewhere to start from. If you ask someone what they want, they don't know. You know, if I could have one of mine, I'd have my Harley bike on there, chopper bars, you know, but if you look at this next to an agent that has just the house, and again, I'm not knocking anything, again, I'm just trying to share what people attract to. Like, we spend a lot of money on this, so we have a lot of data on it, and the data proves somebody who, if I'm looking to sell my home, and this guy's billboard like that, and again, you're not selling an e-commerce product, you're looking to sell somebody's home, so your image is everything online. And you know, I'm not saying the old stuff, print and like cards, all that stuff is not, but this is the new age of stuff, and this is easy to do. And again, this is something we can help you create. So this is, and I'm gonna go through this kind of quick, and I just have examples of each. I always get people go, I don't know what to post. I don't have any content. And with COVID last year, a lot of agents didn't have any listings, and they were like, well, I don't have any listings. I said, no, don't worry about it. I was like, there's other things to post. And I had to get real creative. So you know, I had reviews, and I'll show you examples. I had people send me the reviews, and so listings and open houses are always going to be number one. We always love to publicize a house or a listing. You know, that's what we do. We want to sell. Testimonials. Anytime you can get a client to rave about you, we can take that text and make it into a graphic. And I'll show you an example. Celebrate your clients. Always, and I always use this one example. I can't remember the guy's name, but whenever he sold a house, he always, or somebody bought or sold a house, and he would always give the person an espresso machine. And that was like his trademark. Yeah, I thought that was just I thought that was really genius. You know, it might be expensive or not, but you don't have to do that. Somebody had this big styrofoam key one time, and it's like you have a trademark that people look for. Recognizing coworkers and their success, nothing better than not looking greedy and sharing, you know, your brand and branch as a powerful, you know, everyone doing well, strength in numbers. Insider tips make you look like a pro. You know, it's so important. You guys are a wealth of knowledge. Hey, if you're looking to sell your house, here's some things you should think about. And now you're giving information. You like to learn more? Click here. You know, give information and you'll get, because it's not always raving about me. I sold all these houses. We share information. We sell 30 years of debt. We have the worst product you could imagine, mortgages. So we have to be creative, you know. But again, we get information from loan officers. Loan officers, we make it into content, and then we bring people into our website. Again, accolades, awards. We're probably the best one. Ask audience questions. People love to share their opinion. They do. You can tell by reviews, and whenever they're upset, they go out of their way to find you and destroy your life online. So ask your audience, hey, what do you like? Do you like this kitchen or do you like that kitchen? Even if you don't really care the answer, but you're engaging people to engage with your page. Facebook and all these other social media sites, they grow, and they become like the pixels and algorithms works based on engagement. So the more engagement, comments, likes, and shares you get, they know that's happening. So your content becomes more relevant. They realize you're a real business. So you come up way before the people that are fake, which, you know, and I get blocked like every other week, and then I have to send in my license. It's actually good because they become more prone to people doing fake stuff on there, to get rid of, you know, people who, I've had people hijack our loan officers' reviews and try selling their product in a review. It's like I couldn't believe some of the stuff people did. And then the last one, balance of personal life and business. Now, this is based on what you're comfortable with. Now, I always, people use people based on similar interests, similar things they're interested in, and if they know you or not know you. So there was a stat, I think it said 70% of people use or buy from someone they follow on social media. And I thought that was insane, because like one lady had her son did competitive swimming, and it was a real demand on their family. And I said, share that in your bio, share what you go through. Someone else is going to be going through that, and they pick you just because of that. I love motorcycles. I love, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So if I was looking for a real estate agent and he was a biker, I'd probably click on it and say, hey, what's up? So just, you know, don't be afraid to share pets, anything. People love pets and food. So if you like to cook, put pets on, it's right up your alley. So again, video, this could be a whole nother separate topic, but this just gives you an idea. So what you see, other than 8 pictures of Mark's face, is that's Mark's branded. Every video we do for Mark has a bumper at the beginning and the end. And this is because if people don't watch it to the end, they don't know it's Mark.
So guys, what we're referring to there is very quickly, is when we talk about a bumper, most people open up an ad and they look at it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and then they may not be interested any further.
Right.
But our message got across, my name got in front of that person, which is ultimately what you're trying to do. 30 years ago, when I started the mortgage business, I used to do ads on shopping carts. This is now a shopping cart. But my face was out there in front of people every day when they were pushing their cart through the food store. To me, it's still an effective way of marketing if you're targeting a certain area to get your brand out there. But this is also a way to get your brand out there, because when you start the ad, it starts with you. It doesn't start with what the message of your ad is, it starts with you. So if they're not interested, at least your name became a second thought in their head. You know?
It's so important because, somebody in my group and my team had mentioned that, and I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. If they don't watch it till the end, they're not gonna know who you are. So he was religious with saying, no, the branding has to be on the front. And we made our video guy redo all of them. Like, it made too much sense. And then all these 12 variables that affect your interest rate, how to get your offer accepted, home equity, time to buy or sell. So we get the information and then we make informative videos.
So, and then I was gonna touch on this, I'm not gonna talk about this today, but every one of those videos, I can have a YouTube page, and now they're on a YouTube page. So if somebody Googles closing costs, maybe my video pops up because I have a YouTube page. So it's another thing to consider is create a YouTube page, which again, we're not gonna discuss that today, but that is something we can help you with as well.
Because we see people who have videos and no views. So what's the point of doing the video if you're not gonna get any views? And people may not watch it because there's no views. So Mark's channel has a lot of views, and the last thing I'll say about video is they love video because video keeps you on their platforms, keeps you watching. And if somebody had 20 pictures of a house, and I saw a guy, an agent that had 20 pictures of this beautiful shore house, and then we took those 20 pictures and made it into a video, and he was just blown away. Somebody will watch a video before they click through 20 pictures. And you can do that as simple as a slideshow. It doesn't have to be a graphic designer or videographer, but
again, and I just want to add there, so we can help you with putting those pictures into a slideshow, and we have a studio in MJ Lenders. So if you want to record a video, we can record. We have somebody that record the video and put it together for you.
And edit it.
They would edit it for you. You'd have to come in with an idea. We're not gonna put your idea together for you, but if you came with an idea, put something together, again, copycat, right? Copy something else that you like, and then they can kind of make something tailored along those lines.
And we have a teleprompter, so don't worry about memorizing. So the teleprompter goes based on how fast you read it. So if you're slow at reading like me, it doesn't go that fast. So people are always worried about how to remember things. Don't worry about it. Get in there, film. We'll eventually get 1 or 2 takes that are good. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Okay. So this is just another example of some ads. This is another loan officer. His kid was next to the sign. I thought that's an example of sharing something that is personal. So you had a kid and Baby NJ Lenders Corp. And then this is an example of a blog. Again, our graphic designer. The thing on Facebook is pattern interruption. People scroll very fast, so you got to get them to stop. And the way you do that is by graphics, colors, anything that catches their eye. If everything's white and blends in, they're going right past it. So again, just keep in mind graphics. This is another example of celebrate clients. I mean, these are the best. Ads that we ran that always showed like the family looking at the home and that home ownership dream always did so well. People like just that vision of owning your home is and then if you get the people in the home and then that's the best type of testimonial you can have. And then also sharing each other's accomplishments makes the brand of the office much better. So remember before I said testimonial, this was a text. This was a Word document with a couple lines. So our graphic designer went back, took his brand, put his name on there, and you can see that looks much different than just a post of text, right?
So, and that goes back to, guys, where Timmy showed earlier in the slideshow, your Facebook,
Banner.
the banner, your banner could be on top. So now everything's consistent. So you put an ad out there.
Yep.
They get to know your colors. They get to know what your banner looks like.
Yeah, but on Instagram, you ever seen the top where this has, there's like those borders and it makes it really stand out. So this could be the staple of all this guy's posts. You just start to know the Sanderson Group, NJ Lenders, Keller Williams. Again, just more examples, because again, I feel like these are the most important, because again, people struggle with content. And again, we sell mortgages. So 5 tips to lower closing costs. We look at all the data, because Mark lets us invest a lot of money. And I don't have to go upstairs and say, Mark, we didn't sell a mortgage this week, for him to understand the value of it. And that's the most important thing, because he understands the need for this, and we go over the analytics and the data, and that's how we create the content. And then Mark's been a loan officer forever. Mark, what do people call you about? What do they struggle with? What do they want to know more about? And then we make our ads based on that. And one is closing costs, offers, rates, and just the basics. And then again, our graphic designer goes to work. Money, cool writing. So, and then again, you can get creative in the captions. See, I got the little emojis. Emojis are so popular. People love them, and just include them. They make your post stand out. And then this one was a video, 30-second video, and we used one of these photography things that made the eagle like move, and it was really cool. And we got a ton of engagement on that. But again, we lead it to a VA loan. Okay, so this is what I was mentioning before about post to your business, share to your personal. So the way Facebook does it, when you're on your business page, right? I'm logged in as Mark Casamessina. If I want to share it to my personal profile, Mark's profile, Facebook, you have to do this. And ignore those, because I manage so many, so you see the list, you wouldn't see that. So when you go to share, you have to interact as you. So to make someone, if I wanted to share the post, I would change the interaction to my personal. So now it'll say you're interacting as your personal profile. And then when I hit the share button, share to your timeline will come up. If you don't do that, you share the post to your business page again. So it starts, this one person had 3 or 4 of the same post going all down its page, and I was dying. It was so funny. But this is that thing about, and then you can make public, friends only, whoever you want to see it. But just remember, if you're on your business page, know that you have to switch it to your personal. So when you hit the share, it posts to your personal. And if you need more information on that, I can always make a short video. So connecting your Instagram to your Facebook page. So when you have a Facebook page, underneath in the back settings, there it is, Instagram. Connect Instagram. And once those are connected, now you can cross post. And then if you start running paid ads, it makes life so much easier. And all that is, again, is under the settings feature in Instagram. I struggle because people never know their logins and passwords. I waste more time people trying to reset them than they do. So just be mindful of that. With Facebook and Instagram, it's helpful if your Instagram and Facebook login use the same email, because then it authenticates and ends up matching easier. A lot of times when they're different emails, sometimes you have to go through extra steps. Again, personal versus business profile. So in Instagram, just when you switch your profile to a business profile, just like on Facebook, you get access to more features. You get a button that allows you to click and go to a website just by switching it to a business profile. And there's other advantages to that. But again, this is more about Facebook, but I thought this was important for you to know. I don't have an iPhone, I'm an Android person. So these are the steps, I believe, on an iPhone. If you were to go hit the 3 bars, settings, account, switch to a business account, you could always switch it back. Yes.
So on Instagram, can I have both a personal and a business? Like
So
Facebook or no?
the guy, our buddy Nick, who does mostly Instagram, I asked him that before I came, and he said no, it's got to be one or the other. You can create another account with a different email, but then it becomes too much to manage.
Yeah.
So like I think if you're going to use it for business, there's no negative that's really going to expose you anymore. I think it's better to switch to a business profile if you're going to use it for that reason.
So originally when I set up a profile, I was going to switch it to business, and then it linked exactly with my Facebook one. So it gave me, I don't know.
It created one,
I
right?
didn't like it because it took over exactly what was on my Facebook banner or something like that. It was a while ago, so
Right.
I didn't get back into play with it again. But I didn't like that it linked it to Facebook like it was the same page as
Yep.
my Facebook page.
Sometimes it will ask to switch to Bert. Do you want to create a new one? And again, I usually if you don't do it by default, you may have 2 accounts then, and then it starts to get, just, it's better to figure it out straight from the beginning, but to answer your question, I would say switch it to burst. If you don't like having it business, you just want to go back to having it personal, you can always switch it back. So just by doing this doesn't make it permanent. This is like the golden goose that nobody I've talked to knows about. So, and anybody use Facebook Marketplace? I use it all the time. It's like the new let go. This is free. It's free to post there. It's free to post real estate there. Again, it's Facebook Marketplace. You may get some people that have $10 in the bank on $1 million home, but who cares? It's easy and it's free. It's great for apartments because they have questions. And then, like, a lot of people didn't know this. I didn't know until like not too long ago. So Facebook Marketplace, use it. You can post real estate for free there. And again, why not? It's another place where billions of people are. So keep that in mind, and you may find it very handy.
Yeah, because I think I've heard of Facebook Marketplace. Is it easy to find on Facebook? Is it
Yeah, it's its own icon actually. So if you're on Facebook, it's an icon at the top, and then it's literally like you went to the Let Go app or the Town app where people sell, and I
You just
find that
click
it's
on
real.
that, you
Yeah.
share stuff to there and.
Yep. I should have included probably a picture of what
No,
it
that's
looked like,
okay.
but
I know nothing about technology.
yeah, but Mark built a brand new office, so it's okay. Okay, so Facebook Business Manager, I'm gonna touch on this. This is very important. You probably wouldn't know it exists unless you had some form of training for marketing. So business.facebook.com. Now, what the Business Manager is, it allows you to really take advantage of what Facebook has to offer. So, and it's the same login, so it's not a whole nother thing. So you would log in, and this is something I set up for people. I've never had somebody come in and have the setup that I didn't have to fix. But this is what I'm showing you here is the benefits of doing this and why you should do it. Again, you get what's called a pixel. I'm not going to get too technical. A pixel is Facebook's version of Google Analytics. Just think of it that way. And then there's just a whole bunch of things I'm going to go into real quick that you'll see. This is very important. So this is our compliance. We have our compliance lady, Rosa, who's unbelievable. Compressed because there's a lot of red tape with the mortgage, what you can and can't do. It's kind of it's difficult to get around sometimes, but so we put this together, and before we put something out, as long as these checkboxes are all checked, we realize that we're safe. We're not going to offend nobody. And then this is our way of getting stuff out there without waiting months and months for stuff to get approved. Again, they trust us. They trust we do our due diligence with putting their name and stuff out there.
So what you're referring to there, that's our compliance, that's
Yes.
the mortgage industry.
Mortgage industry.
So what Timmy's referring to is now, if you guys have to put ads out there, learn what your compliance is. What you guys can do and can't do before you put an ad out there, because
Repercussions.
you might get fined, you might not. Talk to people in your office that'll explain to you what you can and can't do, so that we don't put something out there that may be, get you in trouble.
We benefit a lot when loan officers come over, because if they want something custom made at a bigger place, if they can't do it, they won't do it. It'll be 2 months before somebody will do it, but they won't let people be their kind of lone rangers because of the repercussions of insulting somebody or so I can't stress how important it is. And we had one guy not too long ago, he got into something with somebody on a personal side with his son. That person went out, searched his name, found our company, and wrote to our corporate page about him. So it's like people, when they're mad and upset, you just don't know to the extent to what they will do. And it had nothing to do with his professional business. This person was just mad about something with their kids in school. I couldn't believe it. And again, the reviews are hard to get away. So if someone leaves you a negative review, you cannot just go delete it.
Yeah.
You got to fight to get it taken away. So after Facebook got sued, and it's funny because my ads won't get approved, and it's funny because I'm on so many business managers. I get thousands of notifications, and I always see your ad is not approved, your ad is not approved, and that's because of this. So the way Facebook worked around after getting sued was putting a special ad category. So if you're ever running ads or boosting and it's not getting approved, make sure that this is checked off on housing. I mean, right there, it's employment, but this is what you would check. And what that does, when you pick housing, now you lose the ability to switch the age. You have to go 18 to 65 no matter what. You can't exclude. So we used to target a lot in South Jersey, and I would exclude Camden. I mean, why not? You know, it's like, no hate, but you know, we're spending money, you know, so it's like, I can't do that no more. So now what they do is they drop a needle and you have a 15-mile radius. So if everyone has territories, it's gonna overlap and it becomes an issue. So just be mindful of when you run an ad the proper way, and Facebook will get you if you don't, trust me. They do it all the time. They will flag your account and say you're not being compliant, you need to click special ad category. And then what it does is, like I said, the detailed targeting, you can't target based on income, credit scores, all that stuff. It's very broad targeting. So you pick people in an area and you can, it's not bad because you're still promoting yourself in a wide area of people. It's just that you can't zoom in on the tone of targeting that you used to do. So this is, again, not going to get too technical, but I think this is important. So this is the pixel. This is the reason that when you go to Amazon, you ever go somewhere and look at something and you're like, I'm gonna buy this, and you say no. And then you go on Facebook and you go somewhere on the internet and it shows up and it keeps following you. That's because it is. So when you visit a website, you get a cookie put in your browser, which is changing at the end of the year. Not for Google, but for Facebook, but it's still real relevant. And then what that allows you to do, so I go to Amazon.com. I'm on their website. Now there's a cookie in my browser. I look at, a video game system. And now when I leave, even if I leave Amazon right away, they know what I looked at and they can make ads and then use the audience of people who visited their website and looked at that product. And now they can start sending ads to them. And then on my phone, those ads will show up. So that's all it is a piece of script like that allows them to do that. And our corporate audience, and Mark has his own audience. Mark does marketing. So Mark has his own pixel, his own data, and his own audience of everybody who visited Mark's website in the past 180 days. That's one audience. So that's his retargeting audience. All those people know who Mark is. Our corporate one, we have about 40,000 people in
So
it.
Timmy, just touching that real quick. So with my audience, I've had people say to me, I was going on the internet and I saw your picture pop up because I have what's set up to do that. What allows that to happen?
So people who visit your website, so they've been to Mark's website. So when we run ads, whether it's on Google, YouTube, or Facebook, we send them to that audience. So people, they already know they've been on Mark's site, so they know to put that ad in front of those people. These are the most powerful types of audiences you can build. So again, it's just think of it,
Correct. I'll just touch on that.
Sure.
How many times do you talk to somebody on the phone, on your cell phone, and all of a sudden you're on Facebook and they show up as ad as a friend?
Yeah.
So obviously somehow the phone's talking to Facebook.
Yep.
In some way, shape, or form. So.
It's listening to, even when you're not.
Oh, no, I know that a lot lately. Yeah. It's so funny you say that. It's so all the time. It was funny. There was Sylvester Stallone, this was I think last year, visited a restaurant in Baston Ridge by the salon my girlfriend works at. And I remember telling somebody that. Then all of a sudden I was getting Sylvester Stallone movies popping up on my, and I was like, why else could this, I've never spoken about him ever. And it was just like they're listening. So you know what, if you ever created something online, your information's out there. So it's not, if you made one account, it's there. So just, move on. If they want to get you, they will. So again, this is part of the business manager. And again, this is just high level right here. So website. So that was like Mark's retargeting audience. So because you have a pixel, now you can build audiences of websites, people who visit your website.
Timmy, just real quick.
Yeah.
You keep saying pixel. So pixel, if I go to my website, I have my own pixel, but NJ Lenders, the company, has their own pixel as well. So what we refer to there as Keller Williams has their own pixel, but does your website have your own pixel where your website has information going to you, not KW if you use KW's pixel? You understand what I'm saying? So it's what's it, your own address, so to speak?
Yeah,
is the word
it's
for
a
it?
piece of script, just like, it's like I said, just like Google Analytics, your own, but it's your own data, so,
It's like your street address.
yes, exactly.
It's my house.
Yep, so Mark Newson, his data goes with him. You don't wanna spend all the money and build data, and then you leave, and you don't get the data to go with you, that would be horrible. So the benefit of having that. So there's some, and then the customer list, and I'll show you, so Facebook allows you to import a CSV file of data, so Mark's database, everybody he's ever done business with, or even contacted, he can send me that. I convert it to a CSV file and I upload it, and Facebook will map it based on phone number or email address. And if any of those match, then you can create that audience of people that know you. So again, that's a little bit more high level, but just know you can take your database, plug it into Facebook, and they'll try and match it. Now you can target those people. And then Facebook has their own data. So Instagram. So basically, if I ran an ad, I can pick, all right, I want to target anybody that visited my Instagram. I want to target anybody that watched my videos. And that's why we do so much video, because again, those are audiences. If somebody watched a video for 2 minutes versus 10 seconds, the 2 minutes are much more engaged. They like the content. So wouldn't you rather pick those people out rather than somebody who just skipped it? So that's what they allow you to do. So again, this is something that I would help you set up. And this is going back to the customer file. So Mark sends me his database as an Excel. I convert it to a CSV. And then Facebook allows you to create an audience, and then they map it. So, and they only do it by email and phone number. And then it will try and match people based on their email. So tim@gmail.com is my Facebook profile. I filled out an application with Mark and I use that email. And maybe I didn't get a mortgage at that time. Down the road, Mark uploads his database and matches my profile. It doesn't tell him who it matches. It'll just say you have X amount of people in your custom audience that you can retarget. And again, why is that powerful? Because those people already know Mark. They already know who he is. So it's not like a cold call or just a random person. Website. Again, I'm just touching on this because it's relevant with the data and Facebook. So this is, I believe KW gives you a site to work with. Is it familiar? Yeah, I know there's Conversion or Command, and I've used. So it's a good enough site. You can put your own analytics on it. It comes with CRM. You don't need anything much better, but again, it's so important to have, because if somebody clicks on your ad, you want them to land on your website. So now your codes are on there, your Pixel, your Google Analytics. So even if they leave, now you're still building your audience. If people click, and I see this all the time, where I'll click on somebody's listing or something, it goes to a 404 dead page. Like, you got to check that stuff, because now if I'm looking at somebody's prior listing or a post and it takes me to a dead end, I'm gonna be like, all right, maybe this isn't the right person to work with. It's just stupid stuff like that. You always want to have people coming back to your website, and then you can retarget them. That's what we do very, very all the time. I put this here for a reason, because you can get caught in building a website for months and design, not know what to put, people charging thousands. This is the best alternative, if you ask me. They have beautiful templates. It comes with a CRM. You can connect it to your IDX. So once it's approved, now your listings are going in, and you connect your own domain. So it's not, KW, blah, blah, blah. It's whatever you want it to be. And now you have your own website, your own analytics, and their stuff is nice. And you can change all those pictures. So it's something to look into, and they have a special deal just for agents. So I'm looking into that, and that will give you a very professional looking website, and then you can move on to the fun stuff. You won't be stuck just building. So Playster is what we found to be, and there's no affiliate. There's no commission off selling it. I just think it's the easiest to go around. I think Top Producer is another one. Live chat. This is the greatest. So live chat, as you can see, we have on our website, because are you going to chat with somebody before you fill out a contact form? I never fill out contact forms. I'm not going to wait for someone to call me, but I'll click the button and start chatting. So when we did this, we started converting, people like crazy. And it's funny because I'll be online, right? And then it shows me all these people are on our website, and then I'm like, start to chat. And then see So it pops up on their thing like, hi, welcome to NJ Lenders, anything I can help you with? And then people will be like, you know, you're a bot, this and that, and I'll spell things wrong on purpose. So people know I'm real. And then it's funny because they'll say, you're allowed to see what they're typing before they send it, which is kind of creepy. So if somebody's really mad, they'll be like, I'm really mad, I'm looking for somebody, and then they delete it. And then they rewrite it. So they don't know I can see that. But what this does, it shows me if somebody's trying to pull me, and I'll see somebody out in Pakistan looking at our website talking about getting a loan. And I'm like, all right, I might want to look into this a little more, but it shows you where they're from, where they're looking from, what pages they visited, and then just a whole other host of stuff. And it just, you can have anybody watch this for you. You can manage it from your phone. So if
I have a question.
sure.
That can be turned on and off as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
So
even
it's
if you want to use the live chat feature and say, I'm just gonna leave it on from 5 to 7, because I'm sitting there and I'm gonna be able to respond to some people, because maybe you're putting a post out there and you want to see what type of activity you get. You can also turn it on and off. It's not a 24/7 thing where somebody may ask a question, there's nobody there to respond. You can set the hours where you are responding.
Like Mark may have missed that one day, the guy wrote him on Messenger. If Messenger wasn't there connected, like that could have been anything. So this isn't that expensive either, but the alternative, Facebook offers this for free. So Facebook has what's called a chat plugin if you go into the settings of the page, then you go under messaging. You ever seen this on someone's website? Continuous Timmy, you know, and then Mark hasn't seen it. So there's a piece of code that you get from your business page. You put it into the heading of your website in your meta tag area, and then that Facebook Messenger button pops up on the website, and now it connects and goes right to your Messenger. So now you have the ability to speak to people live if they have a question. And if you're running advertising, that's what you want. People have asked questions, they want information. The quicker you can get to them, the quicker chance you have of getting their business rather than them moving on. Because people, they make decisions instantly today. So
Can I
sure.
just go back on that? So you're taking it off of Facebook and putting it on your website, or the other way around?
So in Facebook, in my Facebook business page, under the settings, there's a tab called Messenger, and then you'll see it says add Facebook to your website. When you click on it, see it says, it's very simple, set up your chat plugin. There's Mark's domain. And then it will give you the piece of code that has to go on your website. And once it's on there, it already knows your Facebook info. See how Mark's pictures here? Can chat with Mark hasn't seen it, that would be you. And the best part about it is Facebook auto-populates your information. So if they choose the chat, you have the name, phone number, email. So, and that's free.
Versus doing the live chat, that's a paid one.
Yeah, there's more features with live chat, but
Do you know how much that, like?
we have a lot of agents. It goes based on how many. If it was just you managing it, I can't see it being more than $30 a month. I don't think.
When you say you managing,
Well, we have people that manage it for us. You know, like we have,
Employees of NJ Lenders.
yeah.
So
I
we
can't see
have,
all that.
we have a consumer direct department. So the guys in that department, when a live chat comes in, they're responding. So it's an NJ Lender employee, the same as your team could manage it, because you can assign people, hey, you're in charge of this from 1 to 3, like the old time uptime calls that we used to do 25 years ago, right? Floor time, uptime.
that is.
And this goes right through Facebook Messenger. You don't need any additional software. The thing with live chat is it's just more features. We have like 10 agents sometimes. I loved it. It's an incoming chat. I just love talking to people, but I can't answer rates. So I'd be walking out of the office. What's the rate for, and I can't answer. I got to transfer it to him. But the other thing too, this taught me a lot about the industry because of what people asked. And then for me having to find out and ask more, I learned so much about the mortgage industry just from monitoring this. Google My Business. This is just, again, this is a whole nother thing, but notice when I type Mark has NJ Lenders, you see everything? See? Mark has all over there. So I see a lot of people that come up with these taglines like sellwithjimmy.com, and that's great. But when it comes down to it, people search you and your name and realtor. They're not going to remember your tagline. And if you don't set your SEO up like that, and someone's like, oh, sell with Jim, none of that's gonna come up the way it is in your name. So people, just keep in mind, like, it's okay to have a tagline or a slogan that's creative, that goes on your stuff. But when you fill things out, people search your name most of the time. And when I type Mark has NJ Lenders, like, that's why if I hear from you, everything comes up. And then what you have over here is called Google My Business, and usually a branch will have that. And then you encourage your people to leave a review, and now the branch gets all these reviews. Now you guys all look like really big agents, and you know what I mean? Like, it shows like, wow, this branch got 400 or 500 reviews. Mark's got 145 of his own. But if a branch can have thousands on Facebook, I mean, Google loves this. It's just like, I live in Summit. So if I wrote top pizza place in Summit, New Jersey, they show the top things based on those reviews and an accurate listing. So accurate phone number, accurate address, reviews, that's all it takes to come up in that 3-pack. And I've never seen anybody that kind of do that yet. So it's so important.
Yeah, so guys, again, because we're just touching on this now.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back in January and do something on how to help you guys out with Google as well. Today, we're just really focused on
Yep.
Facebook, but with Google, your webpage, how you can show up there, the 3-pack, there's different terminology that you
Yeah.
can talk about. But my point is, we're gonna do another presentation on Google next month in January.
Google's a lot because you have Google Analytics, you have Google AdWords, you have Webmaster Tools. There's a lot more to Google than but again, it's the best part is once you have everything set up and everything's talking to each other, now you focus on the marketing. You don't have to do it again. So it's worth it to invest the time, make sure your stuff is set up right, make sure you have accurate information. And, I'm confident you will see that you get in touch with more people, or you just have a more overall professional look. And what happens is, I see it all the time, people, I'm overwhelmed, I can't, this is too much. And I'm like, I understand that. So pick one day a week, post to Facebook. If you start getting good at that, do it twice a week. And then set goals. And once you do it, it becomes just regular. Share each other's information, share each other's listings. The number 1 and number 2 search engines are Google and YouTube. They're the same company. So important. That's, again, like Mark said, another day. This is a stat from 2017, but I didn't look up, but this was just important for a reason. Where buyers found the home they purchased. Internet, 51%. And it's even higher now, but I just didn't have time to find the graph. 30% real estate agent, yard sign sale, and so on. My point of showing this is, yes, real estate agent's really important, but also to the internet. So if you're not on the internet, you're at such a disadvantage. And again, another comment on, I've seen a lot of times where real estate agents are getting taken advantage of by a marketer. Oh, I have a digital marketer. And I feel bad, but I've had some people get fired because I expose what they're really doing. They're like, oh, I have a marketer, and then we'll do a meeting, and then I see that they're charging these people $400 a month just to post someone else's content that takes them away from their website. You know what I mean? But they think, oh, they're just posting, they're doing great. No, they're not. So just be careful. Make sure if someone's going to do the marketing for you, they're taking the traffic that you're putting out and bringing it to your website, not realtor.com, not something else. So I've just seen it so many times, and I'm kind of happy I, expose some people, because I feel like it's wrong to rip somebody off. And I think this is the last slide. So this was another stat. So out of all these posts on Facebook, 2018, social media, 777, was that million? Okay, yeah. By topic, food, fashion, and beauty, number 1 and 2. What's the bottom 2? Finance and real estate. So that's not, everybody needs a home. You guys sell the home, we sell the loan. You sell the dream, we sell the debt. So it's like, we work well together. But the point of that, make your stuff look good, make your stuff, get on there. The big thing today are these quick videos on TikTok, people saying, hey, I'm with the home buyers now. This guy bought a house that was brand new and it was missing a toilet. You know what I mean? Talk to, if you get comfortable talking on your phone and posting live videos, it's the best type of content you can do. Again, a lot of people camera goes on, it's like, and they freeze. I see it all the time. I've been there. So, I was sweating coming over here. again, just to recap, website, Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and video. These are home runs. Start with one, learn one here and there, and, you know, you'll be good. Thank you.